Hello everyone. So our next game here is Shantae, the Half-Genie hero by Noramaki. How you doing?
Good. How are you today, Bahamut?
Pretty good. I'm excited to see this game.
Yeah, this will be fun.
Ready to find out about. Yeah, definitely looking forward to it. So we have a bid war. Would you like to know what won?
Yeah, I'm anxiously awaiting. I need to know what splits I need to have pulled up. So I'm looking at the tracker early. You guys are making me sweat. So give me the bad news, Bahamut. What are we doing?
Yeah. And hey, that's all part of marathons, right?
Yep.
There was a donation I started earlier, but I wanted to actually say now. So we actually earlier we had someone snipe the bid war. We had $80 by TKY619. He said, "Time to switch it up. Best of luck to you, bud. Ret to go."
Turkey,
so
you're my best friend, man. I owe you.
Oh, Turkey, that's right.
Yeah,
I should remember Turkey. Man, it's been a while.
Yeah, no, this was fun. I was really dreading like having to have 4 of these different runs. Like you can see, this game has a DLC pack for costumes. These 3 right here, Ninja, Beach, and Officer, were part of DLC. Jammies came out for free later. I'm running on the OG Steam version. So this is a little bit different than you'd see if you had like the Ultimate Edition and the way the formatting is. So I'm happy that we're going to be doing some Officer mode. My arm is going to be a little less happy. This one's very mash heavy, but it's a lot of fun. And if you guys have some hot jam emotes, I definitely say let's get those ready. And I think we're with that. We'll go ahead and get rolling. So if timer, whoever's on the timer, if we're ready, we'll go ahead and start in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. So yeah, as Turkey said, this is Switch It Up category. This is an homage to one of WayForward's other games called Mighty Switch Force. And Shantae has the same abilities that Patty does, which is she's got a gun, she can't duck, but she can switch blocks back and forth. And Narc, if you want to talk about what we'll be doing throughout these stages as it relates to level management, that would help me a bunch.
All right, I'll get on to that. Hello everyone, it's Space Narc, though I wasn't really introduced earlier.
Sorry about
Here
that.
Too, to provide commentary for Nori. So in Officer mode, like all the costume modes, we have a level, and that level is going to go up depending on how many gems we pick up. 50 gems for each level, up to a maximum of 150. The downside to this is if we get hit, we're going to lose gems and lose a level.
As
now,
I demonstrated.
This level increases our power. So as the level increases, our attack's going to do more damage. In the case of Officer mode, we're going to get different sorts of shots we can fire to the gun, or it's just going to change on its own. We can't choose which one to use. And yeah, it's going to make the run a lot easier if Nori can keep his level high.
Which I'm not doing a good job of. Yeah, I'm not doing a very good job of that right now, but we'll get there.
Ideally, he's going to want level 4 for the first boss. And that will allow him to pump out enough damage to one cycle the boss. So he's going to jump and switch his way through Scuttletown and try to collect enough gems to get him to level 4.
Actually gonna pause for that little extra pot there just because I had a chance for fiber, which fortunately it did. That's good. Still about 23 short though.
Yeah, you're gonna have to rely on luck a lot sometimes.
Oh, I really wanted that fiber, but oh well. That's fine. We'll do a level 3 fight. It's gonna be a 2 cycle, unfortunately, but it is what it is.
You can get a little bit of gems from the bell in this boss fight here, but not enough. Get over the level.
I think it's like 10 per.
5 if you're level 3.
Ooh, Risky tried to snipe me.
Yeah, risky no sniping.
Oh man, my arm gave out at the end of that mash. Oof.
So now if Nori had level 4 for this fight, he would have the same shot he does now, where he's firing a single large shot that does 3 damage, except he would be firing 3 of them at a time.
Good job, Nori.
In a fan.
Well, there's the other mechanic. Unfortunately, that's less punishing in this fight, but... Oof. All right. So, yeah. That wasn't a good start.
You imagine some people die to this boss on Marathon Run?
Yeah, I've heard that could potentially be a thing, but we know that it can't be true. It can't be true.
No, it's just a myth.
It is. JT Nori Smug doesn't exist for any reason other than nobody dies to that boss ever.
No, not at all.
All right.
That was our first level, Scuttletown.
Yeah. All right. Well, we're into the run now. We'll see how this goes. This one is a very fun one for gems, just because I don't really need to manage it all that much since I've got a big out at the end of this. So really, it's just keeping the platforming nice and clean here at the beginning. Sadly, I don't have a spread shot, so I've got to do this a little bit more cautiously just to not put myself too much in the hole. And
with the level 4, those mermaids, he would be able to
basically just walk through. Yeah, I'd just basically be walking and not having to stop for anything. But fine, we'll have level 4 soon enough. Right now, in fact.
So yeah, like this mermaid here, just move out of the way. Nori's coming through.
Pretty much.
Also, one of my favorite tracks.
Yeah,
in this costume mode.
Should talk about this. So the music used in this is actually not really like Shantae music. They actually pulled from the soundtrack for the Mighty Switch Force games, which is so good. I mean, the music in the Mighty Switch Force games are just absolutely wonderful. And Jake Kaufman, as always, does a fantastic job of all that. So that's not how that rules.
The runs because of the music.
All right, didn't lose a cycle here.
Climbing up through the Mermaid Factory, we're going to go through a bunch of different cycles involving these rings. And luckily, you don't have to stay on the same cycle for the entire climb. It kind of like the cycle itself, as you move up through the factory, loads in chunks. So if you screw up like the first chunk of cycle, then it won't screw up your second chunk of cycle. So that's at least going to help out a little bit if something does go wrong here. And in some cases, we will jump in a certain way to manipulate when a cycle starts, when the next chunk is loaded. So further up, you're going to see Nori probably hop off a ring a little early, and that's to set up a cycle so that he can just continue forward and grab rings on his way up. That's actually coming up right now.
Yeah, I didn't quite make that cycle, but that one is super tight. Like, I've only hit it once, I think, in the history of me ever running this category, and that obviously puts me behind on this one, but this is a tough one right here. Okay, got it.
Yeah, that jump's tough.
That jump is like the hardest.
You're just behind the fastest of them. But
that's fine. It's like the second best cycle you can do, and that's fine for a marathon. Try to get a phase through here. Didn't get it.
I gotta give that alligator a hug.
Yeah, it's just faster to do it. But we try to exploit something that it's weird with this game, and if you take damage like the same frame that you shoot, you kind of phase through, and though you take the damage from health, you don't lose gems for it. We're gonna try to do that in a stage later a lot more. I have Twitch here. I'm grabbing her on purpose because if I don't, I'm putting myself in danger later in the run. I'm gonna grab Roddy because I gotta rescue Turkey's wife since he bailed me out here.
The game is kind of assumes that you've gotten some of the collectibles before you progress through the game a little bit. Because for the first one you collect, there's always this text box that pops up.
Yeah.
And if you collected a collectible that was, say, over a pit and got that text box, it's going to cancel whatever movement you were doing at the time.
Yeah, your momentum dies out like everything, and you're pretty much just going to fall into that pit. You just don't want to see that happen. So we grabbed that one on purpose because there is one in stage 3 that actually has high potential of killing you. But beyond that, I mean, it's just kind of the mechanic of them, like saying, following the Mighty Switch Force theme, you want to pick up like all of these, rescue all these girls or rearrest them in this case, being officer mode. Yeah. So, and that would be the key to getting 100%.
Going to move into our first case of RNG. That's our next boss fight, where depending on which attack pattern she chooses to use, could make it either really easy or really hard.
Yeah, please no hype beams. Well, if you do a hype
Yes.
beam, just don't make it a direction, like a directed one. It's really what I'm looking to avoid here, if at all possible.
So we have the Giga Mermaid.
Big boss.
So we'll see which attack pattern Nori gets.
I can work.
Small
Oh gosh.
bubbles, that's not too bad.
Yeah, except
unless you do that to
except
yourself.
I twitched and hit the dang switch button like an idiot. Oh, and now we're gonna get, well, it's non-directed. We'll just swap sides here really quick. Oh god, that's coming quick. Okay. Whew.
Now just clean up the other side and either shoot the other one from the top or whatever you want to do. Ah, more small bubbles.
That's fine. I can dodge these though, at least, so I'm not gonna lose the level 4. As long as she doesn't screw me here, we're fine.
In this case, Nori keeping level 4 could be major time save, even like it's going to help him not lose as much time as he would have had he just tanked through, because you can hit Mermaid in the second cycle from pretty well any position you need to.
That's a good.
Close platform cycle, like to see that. It should just clean.
Yeah, that was at least good platform RNG on the second phase. That's what you want to see happen there. Still not a clean run thus far. This has been kind of mean. I've squashed myself twice into the screen.
At least the checkpoints in officer mode are very, like,
Forgiving.
very nice. Yes,
Yeah.
very forgiving.
By comparison. So I guess we should talk about these ones. So unlike the normal base game, this is more of an arcade style. It operates on a completely different level than the standard Shantae game, but I love these modes. I think that this was like the definitive thing that really makes Half-Genie Hero a really good game because of the way that the game's designed. It's more of a level-to-level platformer than the standard Metroidvania that most Shantae people would be accustomed to. And these modes really plays well into that, so that makes this a really fun experience. So if you're on the fence about getting the DLC packs relating to costumes, I'd say don't hesitate. Absolutely worth.
And they're very fun speed runs too. Like, they're nice and compact. It's I'll just use the pun of this game. You're switching it up. you're changing your move set, but doing very similar levels. It's all really the same levels, but they're arranged
Differently
to
based
more
on the move.
complement the move set.
Yeah. Okay, hardest jump. Got it.
Ooh. If you don't get that first try, you also don't get it second try.
Yeah, pretty
That's
much.
just the way of the universe.
That Quicksand Pit is like the bane of this level.
So I'm gonna mention it now. This has this level in particular has some of the tastiest scans.
Tried to land on the lip of that edge just so I could hop over him before he shot, and I missed it.
Managing to keep level 4 though, that's gonna help you out.
Yeah, I mean, it's not terrible to lose it in that stage. You've got some opportunities to get things back. I forgot to switch before the scene took over. Rip.
Best boy, Wilbur.
Ugh,
Hello, Wilbur.
Hi, Wilbur.
So we're gonna race Wilbur to the top of this tower.
Big jump there
You can
again.
imagine what happens if we lose that race.
You don't want to imagine what happens if we lose that race?
Well, so you know how we were talking about forgiving checkpoints?
Except for this one.
Yeah, if Nori squashes himself or gets nommed during any point in this climbing sequence, he's going right back to the start of it.
Take this hit on purpose. Or actually, I'll just wait. There we go. That works too. Taking that way safer than I should.
Just keeping calm, moving on.
Yeah.
I know when I submit runs to the leaderboard, I would like to watch them back in 2 times to make sure that the video isn't all broken up. And watching this in 2 times speed is very funny.
Yeah.
And I would tell anyone to go do that if you want a chuckle, because Shantae basically vibrates herself to the top of the tower and just jumps. You
Good way
never
of-
walk, you just jump the whole time.
Oops. Ate my jump there. Thank you, game.
So a lesser used thing for these switch blocks, although other than standing on them, you can use them to kill enemies as well as block projectiles for yourself. So that comes in handy in a few spots where otherwise we'd be going out of our way to dodge something that we don't need to. We could just block it with a switch block. And up and over the archer.
All right, good.
Yep, no crushing.
No crushing, no having to restart that entire scene again. All's well. Take some damage here.
The infamous sky bridge.
Yeah, this actually in all modes basically can be a killer of runs, but I think this one's the least punishing of them all.
Definitely so, as it takes out the cycles. The sky bridge is just nothing but cycles.
That sky bridge is so scary in every other mode than this one.
In this mode, sky bridge is a lot about managing your health and gems.
Yeah.
Because you can go really fast by taking damage boosts, but it's also going to lower your level as well as your health. So you kind of have to manage that. As
Extra switch there.
Go through it. I guess something to note about the switch blocks too is generally in levels we'll try to route them out so we take the...
That's not where I go down.
No, it's not where you go down.
I'm like, I'm gonna go under today. No, I'm not. I tend to forget a part of that later, but that's at the last part of the run, not now. Okay.
Yeah, the switch blocks will try to route levels out, so we have to switch the least number of times, because each time you switch a block, it's gonna lose you like, what is it, 1 or 2/10 of a second?
It's like 2/10 of a second.
So yeah, that can add up over the course of a run if you're not watching your switches.
This is where I go underneath.
Yes.
It's funny is I've never actually gone underneath. I keep going over the top and I'm like, this just never feels right. It's like, well, duh, you weren't supposed to do that, dummy.
You lose the flow.
You totally lose the flow. Okay, so auto scroller of the boss.
Welcome back, Wilbur.
Hi, Wilbur.
So another point of RNG in the fun is our friend here, Wilbur.
And he's
going to...
He's going to determine how much time we either save or lose, that's for sure.
He likes to devour time.
He does. Memories and time, both of those two things are his favorite meals. This is not a good start, by the way. Having these red balls, which I'm looking for, I want him to land more on my side of the platform, not the side that he just threw that one. So right now, we call this like a game of tennis. It's love 15, Wilbur's favor at this point. But this is rinse and repeat.
Yeah. And now once you get to the 4th cycle of those falling rocks, the first rock to land will be the red ball that you're looking for, instead of the last one, like it is for the first 2 cycles.
Yeah, the last 2 are the red ball first.
Yeah.
The main thing that I need to watch out here for is I don't want to take damage at all. Because if I do, I'm putting myself in very big danger of not having level 4 for the next stage. Like, he's giving plenty of gems here, but if I take a hit on the last cycle, that's going to put me in a very precarious position, especially for the midpoint boss of the next stage. So it's very scary to make a mistake. So you want to be a little cautious here, just because normally in the upcoming auto scroller, we've got like plenty of opportunities to get money. In this mode, there are 3 opportunities to get money. And that's all we're getting.
Wilbur likes to play a trick they call the run killer.
Yeah.
Where he'll shoot the last red ball close to you.
Or on
you'll hit it into the cannon, and then you'll go onto the switch, and then right on top of the switch, another rock will land, take your gems away, and give you no opportunity to get them back.
Yeah. It's a very disgusting move that he pulls off, and we don't know why he does it in this mode consistently. Like, you don't see it in any other ones, so it's very odd.
Coming up on our last cycle here. Of course, Nori with his safety strats firing complete bursts into the eyeball.
I've taken no chances with this guy. I can't tell you how many times I got burned just doing a single shot and having it be like too early. Phase out of reach. Yeah, the ball, it just phases out right before the eyeball gets to it, and it's like, well, I'm eating that damage. Oh, he tried to do the run killer.
Yeah,
he did. I don't know what it is with this mode, but he tried. All right, so that's the end of that guy. He's 1 cycle too long, in my opinion, but you know, it is what it is.
So, yep, got Wilbur down. Now to move on to chapter 4. Here we get Rats, You Got Me.
Rats, You Got Me. That text box for some reason's delayed. So you can't just skip it like you can the other ones. It's so strange, but it happens. Although it kind of leads to great effect in some of the other modes.
Yeah, you know my favorite is ninja mode,
Oh,
but
of
I'll let
course.
other people play that mode to get the full effect of the text in that one.
Absolutely. All right, auto scroller number 2. I don't have a lot to say about this, Narc, unless you got anything to say. I think this is a great time for the marathon to plug anything that they need to plug.
Yeah, definitely. There's nothing going on here.
Awesome. I actually do have 2 donations. I have $51 by Vogon with no comment, and $50 by Fermion Ace with no comment. Thank you so much for those wonderful donations.
Oh, good thing we didn't get hit. That guy had nothing.
Yeah. Yeah, had Nori not had level 4 here, he's got 3 NPCs to give him gems, and that's all. I call them NPCs. They don't attack you, they don't hurt you, but you can hurt them.
Oh, yeah.
I guess there is a slight way to speed up this auto-scroller,
Yeah.
and that is what I was saying earlier about the switch blocks. You can sacrifice some of your health to try to avoid some switches here, and just route yourself a little better. But you don't want to sacrifice too much of it.
Yeah.
Falling off will not cause you to lose gems.
No.
So you can still do that.
I'm not going to chance it for the sake of the marathon. I'm not going for PB here, so...
Yeah, it's only a minuscule amount of time to save in anyway.
Yeah, I mean, based on the amount of damage, I think it's 2 per fall. You can technically get away with about 2 to 2.5 hearts worth of damage as long as you think you're going to be good here. Twitch and Vinegar are a thing. I'm going to try not to lose my level 4 at the end of this, but it's not a big thing if I do. Just be nice if I could keep... Oh, I got the good rotation.
Nice. Oh, this would be
Oh,
fast.
yeah, that was an awesome fight.
Perfect. Beautiful.
That is exactly what you want to see. The carpet's going counterclockwise, and then Twitch or Vinegar at the end there being nice and coming high. Perfect. You can't get any better than that.
Perfect.
Yeah. All right, here we go.
Now we're onto the airships. So here's where we're going to see that damage phasing,
Range
whatever we want to call it, coming in a lot more. Oh, there's a guy there.
Yeah, I think I despawned him by making that mistake. That's interesting.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, on each of these cannons, Nori's going to try to phase through or just take less damage in that case. And he will still take damage if he phases through the cannon.
That's bad.
But he won't lose his gems. For whatever reason, the game doesn't calculate that. And I think this is caused from the shooting animation overdoing the damage animation at that exact frame, or like overriding it. I think that's what causes this.
Something to that effect. It's just strange. But it helps to preserve the money because we're going to have somewhat limited opportunities in the next area to get some. Not terrible. Like, you can easily route some out or get some out. I'm just going to come down here really quick. She just, for whatever reason in this mode, Shantae doesn't have the jumping ability that she does in like every other one. That was kind of nice of the game to do that for me.
Yeah, fire the second shot.
Yeah,
But you did
as
it.
of late, oh yeah, I don't want to squash myself here. We'll start this all over.
Not in this mode.
Yeah, no, that's right. I think that does have some checkpoints in the middle of it, but it's weird about that cannon. It hasn't been firing the way that I would expect it to lately, and it seems like it
Normally
never
want
gives me a
that,
chance to do that.
I normally want that last cannon to shoot you so you can run through the laser, but sometimes it just likes to fire its shot into the airship itself and not hit you at all.
Ow.
And not allowing you to get that damage boost through the laser there.
Ooh,
Ooh.
I might have puckered a little bit on that one.
Yeah.
This is my
Yeah,
least
going through
favorite
here.
part of this. I should have just yellowed it. Yeah, he's gonna hit me. Nothing I can do about it. Whatever. Not waiting another cycle.
Yeah, inside airships all about the laser cycles and trying to get through them here. That spot where you just were there, I like how it baits out trying to get you to switch blocks before you move.
Yeah,
because it's got the
exactly.
blocks sitting on top of you. Tricky game.
Yeah, sneaky little developers. How dare they? Oh, good. I can get the random spawn of the guy coming over the blocks like that. Okay, quick switch there. Nice.
Almost to the end here. There's a couple jars left. Actually, only one, I think, that's actually on the route.
Yeah.
To give you possibly 5 gems to try to get you back up to level 4 for the boss.
Yeah, we're not going to be there, but it's okay. We can get it in the fight, which will be fine. That fiber is helpful.
Really.
Yeah, I'm not likely to, but anything's possible because the soldiers can drop me. I only need 3 singles. So if we can get that, I have a shot. And I'm going to be leaving him with 1 soldier on purpose to bait him to come down. And then hopefully my arm isn't like dead tired from mashing. And we can maybe potentially skip a cycle here.
So yeah, here it's easy enough to do enough damage if you had level 3 to just put ammo bearing
that
into
just killed it.
Before you decide to
That
drop
really
to the
just
ground.
killed it. Wow, this jerk.
Yep.
He's like, you know what? You look like you need a hug. I'm like, really don't.
So normally you could skip this part here for the first phase with level 3, but if you allow him to just do enough damage to make him come down, it allows you to dump a ton of damage into him, potentially skip past the second phase here, and just move right on to the third one.
And I really would love to have my mighty spread shot, but I don't. I just died. I took way too many hugs at the beginning. That stinks.
All right, round 2. You can stare it out and get those gems.
Second
Luckily,
attempt.
We'll reach the gems.
Ammo Baron's like, here, let me show you why I'm the absolute most terrible boss in all the modes of this game. And then we'll give you another chance at redemption here. There we go. Oh, nope.
Yep, crawl in there,
Nope.
grab some gems.
Okay, come down.
Here we go. See how much damage we can dump in.
That was not good enough. He moved away
Not
so
quite.
quick. I was on the wrong side of him too, which didn't help.
Still, though, probably able to pump in more damage than you otherwise would be able to make this cycle a little shorter.
Yeah, he may not have much left here. Be able to, yeah. See, he just face changed.
And something important that really comes out in this fight is you can only have, I guess, 3 projectiles on screen at a time, but that only applies to your center projectile. So if you can use these minions to keep taking out your middle projectiles, you can fire more and more into ammo bearing without any stop in your rate of fire. Also why we're running right up to bosses and just mashing to pump in that damage.
Well, the ones that we can, at least.
Yes.
All right, well, that death, unfortunately, is going to cost me a little bit in the wallet, but that's okay.
No, first try. Yeah.
First try.
Smooth.
No, it's fine. All for a good cause.
Yeah, any boss fight you can come out of with level 4 is going to help you out on the next stage.
Yeah.
It's all about levels.
And the good thing is it's fine to save every time on PC because it doesn't lose you any time. So good marathon safety just baked in.
Yeah, we're on to the I don't actually know the actual name for this level. It's like the graveyard or
Hypno Baron's Mansion. Hypno Baron's Mansion.
The song in this part here is great if you let it play.
Oh yeah.
But we're not. We're gonna be long gone before the song actually starts to pick up.
Yeah, this is an interesting stage though, because like if you're going for 100%, this place is a maze. The different portals lead to different parts of the mansion, and we just happen to know obviously the route that gets us to the end the quickest. That's what we go for here. Oh.
Yeah, 100%. You got to go out of your way to get
that's
all
not
the catch all the space tokens, and you're all over the mansion. And coming out without level 4, but opportunities in the graveyard here to pick up more gems. Level 4 not being really necessary for the stage itself, but you're really going to want it for the boss.
Ooh. I almost squashed myself there. I tricked my finger for the switch, which is on my right trigger. I get a little twitchy with that sometimes, and it's like, oops! And I have to lose another 0.2 to get things set to rights before I make a big mistake. Running out of gem opportunities here, especially when I've got to try to do a phase through on these spiders, and it doesn't work. But we're at 4 now, so that's not terrible. But I do have one more spider to work out here.
So there's a safety strat coming up. So there's another spider that's going to be in his way, and also the more damage you take from a hit determines how many gems you lose. So if you take less, like a less powerful hit, you're going to lose less gems. So here you could opt to hit the bat,
like that,
get some of your gems back, and continue on through the spider without taking a ton of damage.
Yeah, I got good RNG on
that. Now the kind of like medium-sized pots, these ones can potentially drop 5 gems, and you have about 4 or 5 opportunities between now and the boss to get those 5 gems back.
There it is.
There we go.
Perfect. Okay.
Full heal right at
Full
the end.
Full heal at the end, and we just go in. Let's go. All right, so we got to arrest a couple of hooligans that are having a late night party.
Teenagers.
Oops.
Goodbye.
I'm sorry, Squid Baron. I love you. I love you, Squid Baron. You're my favorite. Poor guy.
That's phase 1 boss fight complete in a matter of seconds, just because of level 4. With level 3, you can't do it like that.
No, it's a completely different fight when you come in here at level 3. Not terrible, but it's difficult. Or
yeah, lots of dropping and flying around. But yeah, you can see why we want level 3 for this fight, with only being able to shoot forward, or level 4, sorry, for the fight. Only being able to shoot forward with level 3 would be a lot harder to hit Hypno Baron, but with level 4, we just make quick work of him.
Yeah, it's a shame he went away from me at the start there. You'd like to see him come towards you just so you can really get the damage in, so I had to play a little conservative there at the beginning, but we're okay.
Now on to the final trial.
Oh boy, Risky's Lair.
Something to be said about this Risky's Lair over the other 3 costume modes, though. This one is packed full of gems.
Yeah, thankfully. I mean, like, it's painful when you're trying to be in the other modes and you're like, I need level 4. The game is like, hey, you want hearts, right? Yeah, okay.
Yeah, it's most of these pots that would give us 12 gems back, the big ones, are just loaded with a full heal in all the other costume modes. But in officer mode, they know what we really want. We want money. Make a quick work of that
Mini poop dude, as we call it, yeah.
A slug with legs. So if you, so non-marathon strats here, we could kind of like pick and choose what damage boosts we want to do based on when gem pots are going to come up. But definitely respect for playing it safe. Going through here.
Oops.
Especially when we're going to have to deal with cycles in the second half.
And there's the random pause of doom.
Got pause buffer. Nice strats, Nori.
It's just that's just my old hand fat fingering the controller. It's becoming more and more of a problem. I think my hands are telling me it's almost time for me to retire.
Oh, we can't have that.
Not yet, though.
You got like 20 or 30 years worth of speedrunning left in you.
You'd think that. Imagine speedrunning at 65. Oh gosh, what are you doing, Nori? Ooh. Oh
so
no.
You can see how this cycle here can really mess with you. Luckily, getting crushed by the spike things doesn't lose you any gems.
Yeah.
But it will lose you lots of time if you keep getting
I didn't need to wait. I still didn't need to wait. I just
didn't.
kind of psyched myself out at this point. I have no idea what cycle I'm on, so that's going to be even more fun.
At least the cycle, I believe, resets between areas. Maybe not.
Yeah, I could have gone there too, but again, I have no confidence right now in where I'm at, because I am completely off muscle memory at this point.
So yeah, you know those safeties you were using for the first cycles? Keep using them, because these are the ones you need them for.
Yeah. Like that thing sweeping in like that, I was not almost ready for. Whatever, we're gonna do it. We'll be fine.
Taking that level 4 is going to make the boss so much easier, as I've said multiple times.
If I can keep it. Risky's fight is a thing. I swear she reads inputs on controllers.
Yeah, she homes in on you with that first jump.
Every time. Wait, this went out. I could have gone. This is the one that actually catches a lot of people off guard.
These are some freestyle cycles.
Yeah. 8. Switch that to block the cannonball. Get in there. All right.
The legged slug. The stages of slug development. You get the little one-eyed slugs. Then you got the leg slugs with 2 eyes. And then you got they lose their legs and they gain a 3rd eye. Cycle the slugs. Here we have Risky Boots. And we're going to try to put in as much damage as we can without getting landed on. Or walked over. I swear her most powerful attack is that jog.
Yeah, the jog is definitely her most powerful attack. Can't
comes
duck.
out of nowhere.
On.
Just pour the damage in. Yeah, and there goes Risky. Final boss down.
Yeah, the ideal fight is to get her before the first actual charge like that. So not terrible. I might have missed some damage here and there, but otherwise it wasn't that bad.
Had Beach Mode been the winner of this, that fight would have taken.
I actually I got pretty decent with it. I think I've got a good strat going for Beach Mode nowadays with Risky. She usually will die on the anchor or maybe sometimes before. It just depends on if I can keep level 4. But definitely on the anchor while it's swinging at the worst case.
Yeah. So that was the final boss, but that was not the end of the run, as we have the PB Killer slide here.
Auto scroller.
You can't take damage, but you can fall off, and it'll reset you back to the beginning. So anyone who's on PB pace at this point, their hands are just shaking.
The nerves are real. The nerves are real on this slide when you're on PB pace, because if you screw up, it's upwards of 1:20, I think, that you lose.
Yeah, and those gaps come up on you fast.
All right, so time is coming up here shortly. We'll call it as soon as goes full white. That'll be our time. That's the last ring, so here we go, and time. What a run. That was not good.
You made it. You made it.
Did make it. So yeah, so Space Narc and TKY619 are actually tied for first place on this leaderboard. It's the battle between those two was absolutely insane. And it was just a fun thing to watch. I took many safeties for the purposes of the marathon here, but it's still a very, very, very fun run, and I highly recommend it to anyone who's interested. And yeah, I appreciate everyone who donated for the bid war on this. And Turkey, again, I'm in your debt for the officer mode at the end. Hope you all enjoyed. And Narc, you got anything else that you'd like to say?
Just say, if anyone's interested in getting into speedruns of these costume modes, or Shantae Half-Genie Hero in general, it's on speedrun.com. You can go there. There's a link to the Discord for all the way forward speedrunning. And I would say I love all the costume mode speedruns, all 4 of them, but officer mode is my all-time favorite.
They're all really good, really fun speedruns in their own way. Some of them a little more frustrating than others, but they're all worth a crack for sure. And yeah, I mean, shout outs to all of the Way Forward community members. We love helping out people, learning games and things like that, teaching and very welcoming group. So, not just the Shantae series, but anything else that Way Forward does, we all have it more or less housed in one place, with the exception of one game or 1 or 2 games. With that, I mean, I've been Norimaki SR, and I really appreciate you guys having me on Mid-Spring Speed Fling 2021. It's also my pleasure to also do some volunteer work for you guys this year, so much appreciated, and I thank you all for watching and donating.